about her, about Bella, and it's about her evolution from being a young child to being a fully formed person. And it's sort of playing with the clothes, it's sort of playful. And exploring these Victorian clothes, but with a very in a very loose way. So, picking things from different periods and, mixing bits of 1930s knickers and 60s boots, and, it is most of the shapes are Victorian, but we really got to play with fabrics and textures and colours. It was a really creative project. So I think it needs to be seen on the big screen. Deserves to be seen on the big screen. It's a real assault on the senses. It's a real feast for the eyes. And I've seen it many times now, and I feel like every time I see it, there's just some other thing that I see. I always have a different experience in film. Each time that I see it, I think it's really joyful. I think it's hilarious. It's hilarious. It's hilarious as well as being, a real sort of scrutiny of the ridiculousness of human beings and how they behave.
It's really exciting. It's my first premiere ever. Yes. Well, Toinette is I like to see her as a really soft blanket. But she's not an object, but she's really soft and reassuring, I guess. And she's a character that is a feminist, a socialist, and that takes Bella to female pleasure, I'd say. You wouldn't get the chills you get when you watch it on a tiny device. I mean, if you have to watch it, but maybe for the second, the third, or the fifth time, on a tiny device. But you have to see it in cinema for the sound, for the decor, for everything. You need to see it in cinema. Well, when I watched it for the first time, I was blown away, and when I got out of the room, I did not know how to feel. So it's really a roller coaster of emotions. And so when you're out, you're overwhelmed by everything. Two things: the wink by Emma, and also when Yorgos played Angèle. She's a Belgian singer, and he played Angèle for my first day because I was nervous and you knew that I loved her.
Yeah, I think it was really just even starting from the rehearsals, being in a room with Willem and Emma and Mark, and just seeing how free and fun everyone was. It was really special. Yeah, I mean there were so many. I think I like that Bella's coining of furious jumping. I think is a very accurate way of describing something that birthed us all. I think it's a communal experience. I think we've kind of deemed theater movies as things that are huge action set pieces or superhero things, which I love those movies. But I think what we have here is just Yorgos and Robbie Ryan. Every frame they made it's a work of art. I mean, you could grab any still and hang it up on the wall to see it in a huge theater, and then to laugh together because it's just a straight up comedy is so exciting. Max is just fascinated by curiosity. I think it's why he's infatuated to even begin with Baxter, with Willem Dafoe's character. He loves how scientifically progressive he is. He loves all the things that he's doing. He wants to be involved. And then he meets Bella, who is curiosity as a person. And I think he's just so drawn to that. I think the first scene we shot for the film was a camera test where Emma is at the table, as the least developed Bella probably, and she's spitting kippers out all over me. And so I was just covered in kippers. And then for the rest of the shoot, every time I wore that outfit, Yorgos would give me a hug and then say, "You smell like kippers." And then I just saw him in New York last week, and he said, "You smell like kippers." And so I think he just has a sense memory thing with me now, and kippers.
Yorgos is a very special director. Emma has a special relationship with him, and we came in to help them realize this thing. A very heavy makeup. And the nice thing about the makeup, when you work with a mask, you know, you can really leave yourself behind and leap into something else. And also it accomplishes a lot in the story because it really expresses a whole backstory and kind of sets up what he does. So, yeah, the makeup is great. And when they first pitched for me, I knew it was going to be that way and that I would be working with heavy prosthetics. And that's, for me, it's a pleasure. I like working with a mask. I'm not trying to inject anything. I'm just, you know, the relationship is very beautiful. I mean, unlike the Frankenstein story where the doctor is kind of horrified by what he created, Dr. Baxter falls in love with his creation. And he's even hard-pressed to let it go. Visually, it's extraordinary. The sets are extraordinary. All the elements. I mean, you can't always say that about every movie. And it's the whole package. And I think it has a lot to do with Yorgos and how the director and how he works with all the different departments, because he's really intimately involved in the whole process. He doesn't delegate much. His collaboration is everywhere.
Great, man. You know, a lot of this takes place in London, so I wish we were able to shoot here, but it's great being back here. And yeah, we're at the UK premiere. It's no joke. It started in rehearsals 3 weeks before we even started the shoot, and it was so fun. It was so easy. Yorgos is such a great director, and I immediately knew we were making something great. It's such a world unto itself. Every set is just beautiful. So much thought has gone into it. It's wild. It's everything's a little skewed, and the costumes are beautiful, incredible. And Emma Stone just gives one of the great iconic performances in it.
There's unbelievable production design, cinematography, score, just so much about it. It's kind of larger than life. And yeah, I absolutely love seeing this film on a big screen. Hopefully some inspiration, some food for thought. Hopefully they'll laugh. Favorite line from the movie? I always say it's a bad day for Bella Baxter. It's just a fun little alliterative phrase, you know?